Imagine a ship where every plank, mast, and beam is gradually replaced over time until none of the original materials remain. Is it still the same ship? This is the Ship of Theseus thought experiment, a centuries-old philosophical puzzle that explores the nature of identity, continuity, and change. The origins of this thought experiment trace back to ancient Greece. According to legend, the great hero Theseus, who defeated the Minotaur, had his ship preserved in Athens as a symbol of his heroic deeds. Over time, however, the ship's wooden components began to decay. To maintain the ship, the Athenians replaced each piece of rotting wood with a new one. Eventually, none of the original material remained, yet the ship still stood, and the people continued to refer to it as the Ship of Theseus. The question is simple in theory, but profound in implication. Is it still the same ship? If identity is tied to its physical components, then the ship is not the same. It's an entirely new creation. However, if identity is defined by continuity of purpose, form, or recognition by others, then the ship may very well be considered the same, despite its complete transformation. One way to think about this is through the lens of essentialism, the idea that an object's identity depends on certain unchanging characteristics. Under this view, replacing the ship's planks would mean changing its essence, thereby creating a new ship. On the other hand, relational identity emphasizes continuity and function over physical material. By this reasoning, the Ship of Theseus is still the same because its form and purpose have remained intact, even though the materials have not. Philosophers have debated this dilemma for centuries, but it doesn't stop with Theseus's ship. In fact, the thought experiment has been applied to everything from people to objects to modern technology. Take, for example, a beloved family heirloom. If you replace a broken leg on an old chair or repaint its surface, is it still the same heirloom? What if you gradually replace every single part over time? Does it lose its identity, or is it still connected to its original purpose and memories? This puzzle is also relevant to human identity. Consider how our cells regenerate over time. Most of the cells in the human body are replaced multiple times over a lifetime, yet we still perceive ourselves as the same person throughout our lives. Are we like the ship, defined by continuity of experience and memory rather than by the individual components of our physical bodies? Modern technology offers another interesting twist. Imagine a classic car whose parts have all been replaced over time to maintain its original form. Is it still the same car? Or consider a digital file that's copied, moved, and stored across multiple devices. Has it retained its identity despite these changes? One of the most famous variations of the Ship of Theseus thought experiment introduces an additional question. Suppose all the original planks of Theseus's ship were collected and reassembled into a second ship. Now, which ship is the real Ship of Theseus? The one with the original materials, or the one that has retained its continuous form over time? This variation highlights the complexity of defining identity, especially when both continuity and original components come into play. At its core, the Ship of Theseus is a reminder of the fluid nature of identity. It challenges us to consider whether continuity, memory, or physical material defines what something truly is. While there may be no definitive answer, the thought experiment encourages reflection on how we understand change, identity, and persistence in a constantly evolving world. So, what do you think? Is the Ship of Theseus the same ship after all its parts have been replaced? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy exploring life's most fascinating philosophical puzzles, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.